having a great day where you are. It's a pretty nice day where I'm at, and I'm happy to be here with you. Here is our lovely Willow, Willow has a little bit of a headache, and the lights are hurting her eyes. There are these really bright lights shining in our faces, so she's wearing sunglasses, looking all super cool. Say good morning to our beautiful fish, Bowser, Wishy, and Darla, who are happily swimming around and having a great time in their tank. All right, a couple of things before we get started. Today is National Laundry Day. If you didn't, I know, I'm kind of excited to do laundry. Who knew I'd get excited to do laundry? I'm not really sure what to do on Laundry Day other than laundry, but I think that sorting laundry and folding laundry are two things that rainbows would be awesome at. So there's a great way to help your family. Keep in mind that I do have office hours now, so and the link for that is in the newsletter, so please remind your parents to sign up for office hours so we can hang out together and chat. Also included in the newsletter today is a link to a time capsule. That's a series of fun activities that you can do to keep track of this time, because this is a pretty unusual time in history. This is something you're going to remember, I think, all your life. So it has pages where you can write down how old you are, how tall you are, your favorite things, your favorite stuffy pictures of this time. It's all pretty cool. So that's in the newsletter. You can, if you want to do that, that would be a fun thing to do. So let's see. We've had our greeting. We're going to have our morning song. We're going to do our calendar and our days of the week and our counting. We're going to do some three-step directions, some math moments. We're going to do the morning message, which, oh my gosh, friends, I messed up yesterday. I made a mistake. I said it was Wednesday, and today is Wednesday. So I apologize. I made a mistake. Oops. Moving on. Talk about writing, talk about reading, and do our closing song. Our story today that I really hope you join us for is Pirate Rabbit's Tales of the Spinach Mane. I just love, I know, I say this every single day, don't I? It looks like you say this every day. I do. I say this every single day. I love this book. I can hear Kiana even saying, you say that every single day. But it's so funny. It's about rabbits who start a restaurant in France. It's hilarious. So stay for that, because it's a fun book. Caractacus and I enjoyed picking it out. And I think, we need to have our solutionary moment. Willow wants to hold the brain. And actually, both Willow and I have been noticing that our shoulders are a little tense. So we're going to try and really work on that. Sit up nice and tall. Relax your shoulders, relax your jaw. And take some deep breaths to get into your solutionary brain, your prefrontal cortex. Here we go. Take a big deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And in through your nose. And out through your mouth. A little bit of a sigh. Oh, that feels good. You want to hold the brain? I'm feeling like I'm a little more relaxed in my prefrontal cortex. You're going to have to put the brain down to sign the song, because it's about that time. She's so sad. She's so afraid. Here we go. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Love grows 1 by 1, 2 by 2, and 4 by 4. Love grows round in a circle till it comes back knocking at your front door. Friends, friends, 1, 2, 3. All my friends are here with me. We're all a family under one sky. A family under one sky. We're all a family under one sky. 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 Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. See the calendar. I'm going to get it right this time. It's the right day. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. Say it with me. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. Say the pattern with me. Rain boots, stripey umbrella, yellow sun, funky bird, rain boots, stripey umbrella, stripy umbrella, yellow sun, yellow sun, rainbow giraffe. No.
Blue guinea pig.
Blue guinea pig. No.
Oh.
Remember we have A, A, B, B, C, C, D, D pattern. So I'm going to look at the sun, and I'm going to realize that the last time that I had a sun, the next thing that came after was a funky bird. And that fits my pattern. Find my...
Don't forget about our pattern.
Oh, we have to talk about the diagonal pattern. Here's my funky bird. Funky bird. Remember, everything is repeating twice. 2 boots, 2 umbrellas, 2 suns, 2 birds, 2 boots, 2 umbrellas, 2 suns. So I'm going to predict that I'm going to have 2 birds in a row because I have 1 bird and I should have another bird. I can also look at, I'm starting to see a diagonal pattern. Boots, boots, sun, sun, bird, bird. Chances are it's going to continue all the way. We don't really have much of a pattern developing here, but we will. All right, friends. Days of the week. 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 There's Sunday and there's Monday. There's Tuesday and there's Wednesday. There's Thursday and there's Friday. And then there's Saturday. Days of the week. 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 All right. Here we go. We know that we start with our anchor day, which is today, because that helps us know what comes before and what comes after. So today is the only day of the week that starts with a W, so it's Wednesday. And I'm going to ask myself, what comes before? What was yesterday? Yesterday is before, so I'm going to look at Wednesday, and I'm going to move 1 before, and that would be Tuesday, the only day of the week that starts with a because this day of the week, tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is the only day of the week that starts with a TH thumb. Different sound. And that is Thursday. All right. Let's get counting. Stand up, find a comfy spot to be. I will put the brain away. Find a comfy spot to be. Get yourselves ready to count. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 29, 30, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. All right, what's the difference between 90 and 100? 10. It's 10. Let's figure out where we're going to be at 100. Let's see. Shoulders. Okay. Shoulders. Okay. 90. Sorry, I got to. There we go. 91. 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100. We got off somewhere because that should have been our shoulders. Oh well. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, 118, 119, 120. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to do a little little bit of Sonic. Here we go. We're going to be
Ooh. Are we gonna be running?
Sonic runs, and then on 100 he jumps. Here we go. We're going to do this by 10. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120.
This is all very hard on my knees.
Willa's saying this is a little hard on your knees. So let's pick something that's not quite so hard on your knees. Want to do what now?
Something with my arms.
Something with arms. We should do side to side. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110, 115, 120. All right, we just counted, friends, so some 3-step directions. Say thank you to whoever's taking care of you today. Touch something purple. We have been saying that a lot lately. Change that. Touch something orange. Find something orange to touch. And do 10 push-ups, either on the floor or against the wall. Say thank you to whoever's helping you today. Touch something orange. And do 10 push-ups, either on the floor or against the wall. Spring, fling. All right, rainbows, come on back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Z, E, R, O, 0. Beautiful. Let's do our counting of our days here. Just like in our other ones, we have 10 bundles of 10, which is 100. 100. Count by 10. 110, 120, 130. Now let's count by 1. 131, 132, 133, 134, 135, 136, 137. Today is the 137th day of school. And this, my friends, is not a 7. That is a what? It's a 6. Let's replace that with a 7. And now let's ask ourselves this question. How many days till a bundling day? Because we know that we bundle on what? We bundle on 10. So can you see this? So we bundle on 10. We have 7 in our 10s frame, or 7 in our 1s column. Now we have to figure out how many more we need to get to 10. If we have 7, we count the blank spaces to get us how many we need until 10. And there are 1, 2, 3 blank spaces. So that tells us that 7 plus 3 equals 10. If I have 7 and I add 3 to it, it's going to equal 10. Another way to think about that is if my whole is 10, I can break it apart into 7 and 3. So when I bring 7 and 3 together, it makes 10. Look at our days in school and days left of school. I'm going to take this from you, Willow. Thank you. Yesterday, Yesterday we had 136 days of school, and we want to know what is one more than 136. A good way to do that is to look at our number line. We start at 136, and we jump 1, or we add 1, and that brings us to 137. So 36 plus 1, or 1 more, is 137. Let's change that from a 6 to a 7. Now let's look at this one. You know, Willow, I think I might have you change these. when we're going, and now if you notice, these numbers are getting bigger. This number should be getting smaller because it's how many days left, and we have fewer days left each day. Yesterday, we had 45, we were at 45 days left. So we're here, and we're going to go left on the number line. We're going to go backwards to take away 1, minus 1. When you move right on the number line, you're adding. When you move left on the number line, you're subtracting. So 45, take away 1, or 1 less, is 44. Remember, we landed on the 44. And that's what that looks like. And then we take away the 5, and we add the 4. So we have we've had 137 days of school, and there are 44 days left. Let's look at our number puzzle from yesterday. This was given to us by Fiona, and she did something really interesting. I am a number between 5 and 10. I have an X in my name. So that's asking us to really think pretty deeply about how the numbers are spelled. Now remember, with our number lines, we don't have to start at 0. We can start wherever our numbers are. And Fiona said that this number is between 5 and 10. So I put numbers 4 to 11. I don't need 4. I don't need 5. I don't need 10. And I don't need 11 because it's between those two. I have an X in my name. So I'm going to start at 5, and I'm going to say the numbers and see if I can hear the sound. I remember that X makes a X sound, and it comes at the end. When it makes that sound, it's coming at the end of a word, like max. So the number after 5 is 6. Do you hear that? Well, let me say it again. 6. I hear that sound, and I know. Let me see if I can sound it out. That's an S. I, that's like I, itchy, I. That's an X. 6. So my number must be 6. I'm going to say the other ones just to make sure, to see if I hear that sound. 6, 7. I'm not hearing that sound. 8. I'm not hearing that sound. 9. Nope, not hearing it. 10. Nope. Nope. It's got to be 6. I feel pretty confident about that. Thanks for that, Fiona. That was an awesome riddle. Your riddle for today, this is in the newsletter, so you can just copy it down from there. I am between 10 and 20. I am an even number. I am 15 plus 2. What number am I? Remember, so we have to remember what an even number is. That's an important thing to think about. And then we also talked about, remember, you don't have to start your number line at 0. You can start it wherever you need to on the number line. So draw your number line and make it make sense for you, and then come in with the answers. That's your math work for today. All right. Let's do our morning message. And I will get it right today. Sorry about that yesterday. That was just crazy. I don't know how that happened. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. Today is Wild Woman Wednesday. Woo! We will read about Frida Kahlo. What number is this? 110 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones. Love all. Say it with me. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, April 15th, 2020. Today is Wild Woman Wednesday. We will read about Frida Kahlo. What number is this? 110 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones. Love all. Let's think about that. I'm going to come up to my little mat here so we can talk about it. I have 110. That looks like that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 ones. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put those ones in some kind of an order so they're easier to count. remember, like Madeline and 2 straight lines. I think I'm going to do 5, like my tens frame, because that's easier to count. Because then I know this is 10. I know this is 5 because it's like my tens frame, and I know that these are ones. So I can count by tens, fives, and ones. 10, 15, 16, 17. Now I'm going to double check that by counting by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I was right both ways. I had 10, 15, 16, 17, or I counted each individually and I got 17. Let's think for a second about what 17 looks like. 17 is 1, 10, and 7 ones. So 1 and a 7. All right, that is the morning message. Oh, goodness. All right. So for math today, work on the math puzzle and also keep working on April Rabbit. For writing time, there's no specific writing assignment unless you want to do anything in the time capsule, because I want you to keep working on April Rabbit. For reading, as always, read with a buddy, 15 to 20 minutes a day. Read your books and also practice your red words and your letter sounds. Am I forgetting anything? No.
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I think we're good. Sign up for office hours if you like. And let's read about Frida Kahlo. She's one of my favorite artists.
Favoritist or word?
Favoritist. I just made it up, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. This book does not have an index like my other poetry books. It also doesn't have a table of contents. So you just kind of have to leaf through until you find what you're looking for.
If you go to the back, there's like a picture order.
Willow noticed something. Let's do it.
I'm pretty sure that's a picture order anyway.
Willow noticed that these are in order of the pictures. Like, this is the first entry, this is the second. So I should find Frida Kahlo between Queen Elizabeth and Louisa. I don't think that's true. I think it's just a picture. But anyway, we can find her. There we go. Frida Kahlo. There she is. That's a drawing of her, obviously.
Yeah, didn't she have, like, a mustache?
Before Frida Kahlo, no woman painted her feelings so honestly. But Frida's story of becoming one of Mexico's most famous artists began with an accident. When Frida was a teenager, she was in a terrible bus crash that changed her life. She broke many bones and had to stay in bed for months. To pass the time, Frida started painting self-portraits. That's a picture of yourself. She never stopped. She painted herself with her beloved pet monkeys and parrots when she felt happy, and she painted herself in pain when she felt sad. While her colorful art might look like a strange dream, to Frida, it was the world as she saw it. No matter what, Frida always said, "Viva la vida." It means live life. And that's exactly what she did with her art. There you go. Frida Kahlo, an amazing artist. All right. Willow really likes Frida Kahlo, too. One of our favorites around this house. All right, beloveds. We've come to another end of another morning meeting. Let's sing our song. And hope you join me for a read aloud. You ready? Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other's gold. A circle is round. It has no end. That's how long I want to be your friend. You hold me, and I hold you, and together we will make it through. All right, beautiful rainbows. I love you, and I miss you so much, and I can't wait till we can be together again. Okay. Hey, beautiful rainbows. Welcome to Read Aloud. I am reading a story that I loved reading to my children. It's hilarious. It takes place in France. It's called Rabbit Pirates, A Tale of the Spinach Maid, by Judy Cox and Emily Arnold McNulty. Judy Cox. This book has some French in it, and it's just a funny book. It's also a little long, so get comfortable. You might even want to lie down or curl up with a buddy. This is going to take a few minutes to read, but I hope you enjoy it. In sunny Provence, there can be found a small cafe known as the Spinach Main. The Spinach Main is famous for its fresh salads and crusty homemade bread. The host of the Spinach Main is Monsieur Lapin. He is most unusual. His friend, the chef, Monsieur Blanc, is très strange as well. There is something nautical about the pair. Perhaps they are really pirates? Who knows? They will not say. Monsieur Lapin and Monsieur Blanc serve the best salads in Provence at the Spinach Main. There are vegetables sautéed in garlic butter and thinly sliced onions, radishes and asparagus, green beans that crunch when bitten, vine-ripened tomatoes, and tender fresh lettuces that Monsieur Blanc grows in his garden. Sounds like a yummy place. I think I want to eat there. Oh, hang on. I want to show you something. Look at this. Look at this picture. Do you see this? He's got a peg leg. My friend here has a peg leg, kind of like a pirate. I wonder, are they really pirates? Word of the excellent cuisine at the Spinach Main has spread throughout Provence. Business is good. But perhaps some of those who hear of the restaurant have things in mind other than tender lettuces and vine-ripened tomatoes. Uh-oh. Good readers make predictions. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think that there's somebody's going to come to the restaurant who wants something other than the delicious salads and breads that the pirates make or the rabbits make? On slow, hot afternoons, Monsieur Lapin and Monsieur Blanc take their glasses of mineral water up to the terrace and sit side by side, reminiscing in the sun. That means having memories. Life is peaceful, eh, mon ami? Says Monsieur Lapin. Not like the old days, my friend, agrees Monsieur Blanc. Remember our first meeting? Oh, how could I forget? The battle at Tortuga, was it not? The cannons roar, the clash of blades. It was there that you had the good fortune to be rescued by me. Monsieur Lapin's eyes shine at the memory. You? Rescue me? Au contraire, exclaims Monsieur Blanc. It was I who rescued you. We were attacked by buccaneers. You were pinned to the ship's rail. I grabbed the rope overhead, and with great courage I swung across the deck and kicked the villains out of the way. Oh boy. They have two very different memories of that event. But boy, they look very piratey to me. Not at all, mon ami. Monsieur Lapin shakes his head. Were it not for the excellence of my fencing, you would now be baits for sharks. It was my courage, declares Monsieur Blanc, leaping to his feet. My sword! My courage! Monsieur Blanc glares at his friend, looking for all the world as if he would fight him right now. Uh-oh. They're flipping their lips. They need to... Yeah. But Monsieur Lapin merely laughs and passes a dish of shallots. Ah, well, perhaps my memory is not as good as it once was, he said mildly. Monsieur Blanc sits back down. He shrugs. You may be right. Perhaps I forget. He nibbles a shallot and puts his feet up. In any case, life is très bon now. Très bon means very good. One day, as Monsieur Blanc and Monsieur Lapin are in the kitchen preparing aubergine for lunch, a well-dressed fox comes into the dining room of the cafe. Sunlight glints off his sharp teeth as he sits himself at a table and picks up the menu. That Renard, he is a bad one, no? Murmurs Monsieur Lapin to Monsieur Blanc as they peer into the dining room from behind the swinging door. Shall we fight him? Asks Monsieur Blanc, his pink eyes shining at the idea. No, indeed, says Monsieur Lapin with dignity. We will see what Monsieur Renard wants for le déjeuner, for lunch. And he waits on the fox. The fox orders, and Monsieur Lapin and Monsieur Blanc serve him bread and salad and a glass of vin ordinaire, house wine. When Monsieur Renard is finished, he kisses his fingertips. My compliments to the chef, he said with a bow. I look forward to eating here again. again soon. Uh-oh. Good readers make predictions. What's this guy gonna do? I think he has plans. That evening, Mr. Blanc is in his garden harvesting his cabbages. He is thinking about the soup he will make. He does not see the fox slinking through the radishes. The fox crouches to spring. Mr. Blanc bends over to pull up a cabbage, and something is not right. Mr. Blanc catches the sight of the fox, and that takes aim. He hurls his cabbage. It flies through the air like a cannonball and strikes Renard on his tender snout. Round one to you, monsieur, the fox mutters, holding his paw over his wounded nose. But what about round two? And disappears into the dusk. Monsieur Lapin comes out onto the terrace to see what all the fuss is about. Now do we fight? Demands Monsieur Blanc. That fox, he will be back. Monsieur Lapin pats him on the arm. No, mon ami. We wait and see what we shall see. So it looks like one wants to fight and one wants to be peaceful. That's interesting. I wonder what's going to happen. The next day, Monsieur Renard again chooses to dine at the Spinach Main. This time, the restaurant is filled with guests. The Mouse sisters are there with their aunts. The Goose family enjoys a meal at the corner table. Monsieur and Madame Canard are having a tete-a-tete at a table for two. Conversation stops when Monsieur Renard enters. He slowly looks around the room. He licks his chops. One by one, the other guests hurriedly finish their meals and leave. Soon, the Spinach Main is empty. Interesting. This is a fine place you have here. Such tasty patrons. Portions. I hope to eat here often, comments Monsieur Renard when Monsieur Lapin comes to take his order. His yellow eyes gleam. I find you and your restaurant, of course, simply irresistible. When he finishes his meal, Monsieur Renard leaves a big tip and saunters out. Monsieur Blanc fingers the money. What an insult. Does he think we are waiters? He scornfully tosses the money back onto the table. Do we fight now? He asks with a longing glance at the cutlass and pistols above the mantel. No, says Monsieur Lapin. We are men of peace now. We do not fight. Monsieur Blanc looks around at the empty tables. But that fox, he will ruin our business. Monsieur Lapin does not answer, but he fears his friend is right. I wonder who's going to win out, the one who wants to fight or the one who wants to be peaceful. Good readers make predictions. I don't know. At dawn, Monsieur Lapin, Monsieur Blanc, and their friend Monsieur Cochon roam the woods hunting for truffles. Truffles are like a food. Monsieur Cochon wanders across the meadow. Monsieur Lapin digs under a large tree. Monsieur Blanc digs behind a fern. He does not see his friend step into a rope snare. Whoosh! Monsieur Lapin is whisked upwards and dangles upside down in the air. Quickly, mon ami, Monsieur Lapin calls. All hands aloft! Monsieur Blanc swarms up the tree with his truffle knife. He saws the rope in half. Monsieur Lapin tumbles into the soft ferns. Someone is coming. Monsieur Lapin drops down. He and Monsieur Lapin hide themselves in the bushes. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. It is Monsieur Renard. He picks up the rope. They have escaped again, he murmurs. But next time will be different. He pads away into the shadows. Now, whispers Monsieur Lapin. He leaps, brandishing a stick. Now we fight! Monsieur Blanc pulls him back. No, mon vieux, he whispers. Not now, my old friend. But that Renard, he will stop at nothing. Monsieur Blanc smiles. His whiskers curl up. I have a plan. Ooh. All right, good readers make predictions. What do you think his plan is? Willow's listening. Do you have an idea what the plan is?
I do.
All right, Willow's heard this book before, so she's already knows how it's going to end. Tell somebody near you what do you think the plan is. Take a second to do that and then come back. They close the restaurant and work all day. So rabbits are irresistible to Monsieur Renard, laughed Monsieur Blanc as they worked. We shall see about that. The stars glow slowly in the warm summer light. The church bell rings 12 minutes, minuet. The spinach main is dark and quiet. Monsieur Renard creeps towards the cafe, slinking through the bushes, as dark as a shadow. Only his sharp teeth gleam like daggers, and the white tip of his tail glows in the moonlight. On soft paws, he pads across the terrace. Dark shapes catch his eye. He murmurs. The rabbits sit up late to admire the moon. For me, a midnight snack. That dirty bird, he keeps landing. Closer, closer, he steals. He crouches. Suddenly he springs toward the chair. He grabs a rabbit. He takes a huge bite. Ah! He cries. Water! Low! He flees, his tail dragging, his tongue hanging out, his eyes wild. He dashes down the hillside, crashing through the bushes, never to be seen again. Ooh, what did those rabbits do? Let's find out. The next day, Monsieur Lapin slices onions into neat rings for the thick onion soup he will make. Monsieur Blanc kneads dough for the bread. Our little pastry rabbit certainly set fire under the fox, said Monsieur Lapin. Set a fire in the fox, you mean, Monsieur Blanc agrees. It was my pastry that fooled him, says Monsieur Leblanc. The carrot whiskers were the coup de grace. He waves his hand. The finishing stroke. Au contraire, said Monsieur Blanc. It was my garlic, onions, and hot peppers that set the fire. But it was my pastry that looked so much like you. Garlic and onions! Pastry! Monsieur Leblanc glares, looking for all the world as if he would fight his friends this minute. But Monsieur Blanc only shrugs. Perhaps you are right, mon ami. Perhaps it was your pastry. Monsieur Blanc laughs and continues slicing his onions. No, mon ami. I am sure it was your garlic and peppers. And he bites a radish picked this morning from his garden, and it crunches. Bon, he says, and kisses his fingers. There is always lots of work to be done in the cafe, and when the work is done, Monsieur Lapin and Monsieur Blanc will rest themselves on the terrace, glasses in hand, and watch the sunset. Life is très bon on the spinach main. So I wonder if your predictions came true. Did you predict that the peaceful rabbit or the rabbit who wanted to fight would win out? I like that book. It makes me laugh, and I like that the peaceful solution was the one that won out. I hope you enjoyed that book, and I hope you have a beautiful day.